name is Dr. Jadaya, senior lecturer in electrical engineering. Today, we are going to learn few basic things regarding to the fifth semester diploma. The topic is the infer various binary systems and basically material required for the study. In that one, we are going to learn the switches, fixers, isolators, and then so today, so let us see one by one in detail. On completion of this topic, you would be able to know about switches, types of switches, and its topic. Next topic of fuse, working, and what are the switches and its applications based on its locations. Isolators, its applications, and lastly, the NCB miniature circuit breakers, its applications. Today, we are going to learn the basic things of this electrical engineering system in our electrical engineering. Now, as you know that day-to-day life, we are dependent on our electrical appliances. As you know, your fifth semester, you already learned the different type of conductors, insulators, semiconductors, loads, resistive loads, inductive loads, and capacitive loads. Now, you can see here, these are one is the resistive load, it is the inductive load, the computer load, and the heavy loads, that is the motors connected. So these all are working based on input as a electrical element. Now, to control these electrical appliances, we require some devices. Those devices are known as protective devices. In protective devices, we even so protective devices are it can protect and it can operate in a limited damage. That means the protective devices comprises of switches and UV switches, circuit breakers in case of in our power system. In domestic level, so we are going to learn. So in domestic level, so we have the single phase supply that is a 230 volts less than 5 kilowatts the contracted load. Whereas in industry, commercial can opt for single phase or three phase supply where the load is more. Now let us see how this bulb is controlled. So to control the in domestic, we require the protective device. In protective device, in less than lighting low purpose, less than 5 amperes, generally we can use the switches. Now we can see the one circuit, the basic light switch. How the switch is operated by using the switch. The switch is the whatever the input phase ammeter is given to the bulb through one switch. That is the control switch. The switch is a device which can make or break the contacts. So by breaking the two contacts, the switch that will cut off the supply to the bulb. That means there is no electrical supply given to the bulb. At that condition, bulb is not closed. When the switch is closed, then automatically the whatever the input is given, that is passed to the load to the switch. That means it is the electrical switch is a device which can switch on or off. It is a binary device, whether it is 0 or 1. Now coming to so same thing we can learn in details further. Now coming to I think you have observed these are the domestic switches. These all sockets are controlled by the one switch, the power switch. Whereas this is another switch, this is the branch switch. You can see the various types of switches generally used in our daily life. These all are controlled through the switches. These switches may be lighting load switches or power load switches. Generally, the lighting load switches are used less than 5 amperes, whereas the power load switches are so more than 5 amperes, less than 15 amperes. Now, the types of electrical switches and their importance. Now, let us see that what is the a switch, definition of a switch. Now, we can observe these switches are observed in our domestic appliances. And this is the main DT double bell switch. This is also one type of switch. It controls the phase and neutral, whereas these switches are controlled only in phase. These are the electronic switches. You can observe these different application of switches based on the electrical field, electronic field, the computer field, instrumentation field. Wherever we require, the function of the switch is same. It will on and off. So let us see this definition of the switch. A switch is an electric device is used to interrupt the flow of electricity or electric current. So electrical switches are the binary devices. That means they can be either completely off or completely on. If it is completely off, that means 0, and if it is completely off, on, it may be 1. That means it is a 1 or 0. 1 indicates the circuit is closed and 0 indicates the circuit is open. Now, we can observe these are the switches. These are lighting load switches, and this is another is the power load switches. The flash type of the switches based on the different type of switches. Whether it's a single pole or 2 pole or triple pole and 4 pole, different applications based on the applications, based on the materials, based on the requirement. The switches are classified based on requirement. For example, these switches, the flash type switches are used and lighting load switches and power load switches. If you observe, this switch is known, have you observed this switch? This switch is known as a knife switch. You can observe elaborately. So the knife switch are so these switches are used up to the 16 amperes without heating these materials. So whereas this switch can be used more than the 16 amperes up to 33 amperes we can operate. For operation of high-speed motors in our laboratory, we are using the knife switches. Now, these knife switches also classed with the single pole, double pole, triple pole, as well as a single throw, double throw. So, what is the meaning? Pole means one conductor. This is the one pole. This is another pole. The double pole, and here is the whatever the input is given to the middle, and here is a one circuit is going to the output. So it's connected to the one load, and here is connected to another load. So whatever the supply is given from here, the phase, for example, is a neutral, or in case of the DC, this is a plus, this is a minus. If it is a moving this direction, it is a single throw. That means the load which is connected to this side is operator. If it is open and is moved to this direction, then whatever the supply is given, that is disconnected from these terminals and connected to these terminals, and the appliance which is connected to this side is operator. That means the double throw, that's a double throw knife switch. Generally used in our laboratories in parameters. Single throw, single switch, and triple pull also. R phase, Y phase, D phase also we can use. This is a heavy copper based switches. And coming to the for the more current, have you observed this one? It is a AB switch, the A break switch. You can observe this type of switches. Current is more than 100 amperes. In DTRs, in the plinth mounted substation or double pole structures, we can observe AB switches. These AB switches are used to operate under low voltage up to the 11 kV under low current. That means it can operate under load also. But what will happen? It's open at the time of the opening, at the time of the closing. There is a possibility to arc occurred between the two moving contacts and fixed contact. Here is a fixed contact, this is a moving contact. This moving contact can be operated by using the lever mechanism. So once it is open, there is an arc may be occurred. This arc is may be possible to melt the tips of this one. Hence, so the AD switches designed such a way that has the capacity to making and breaking capacity to the terminals. These are the observed. So this is the AD switches, this is a knife switcher, this is a flashlight switches. These are used in domestic. These are used in factories, in our laboratories. These are used in DTS. And we are observing that in case of the electronic field, in case of the instrumentation field, you can use the computer field. These are the different type of the small switches. Whereas these switches are the heavy current carrying capacities, whereas these switches are only amperes to milliamperes switches. Now this is the push button switches. These push button switches you can observe in case of the in our refrigerators. When the refrigerator door is open, automatically the bulb will close. When it's closed, bulb will off. That means here is a push button is used in refrigerators. And rotary switch. The rotary switch, so in case of the in electrical, for example, radio, the volume control. So by using the volume control, we can use a rotary switch. And in case of the toggle, it is an on-off purpose. And this is a slide switch. So you can see that in some small electronic boards. This is a IC based base. It is connected. And there is a dynamic plunger. This is on type of the motor DC generator. It is generally used to in where we can use the blow of the rocks. Dynamics generally used in dynamics. Jelly sticks to burn the jelly sticks. We are using this type of the dynamic sensor. That means this is the one device. This is also controlling device. So all of the controlling devices to the load. Now let us see the classification of the main switches generally used in our electrical engineering system. Now here is a one-way switch. So what is a one-way switch? Now we can see here one-way switch means here the one-way switch that means the one-way switch basically operates as a make or break switch. When it is turned on, the two terminals are connected, and when it is turned off, the contacts between the two is broken. That is normally already we did. For example, this is the first type of the switches. The terminal 1, terminal 2. Here is terminal 1 is indicated here. The terminal 2 is indicated here, and it is symbolic representation of the switch. So it is inside it has the two copper metallic strips inside the spring action, and that one is a strip connected between the two contacts. So it is a normally open condition. When the switch is pushed down here, then what will happen? If the supply is given to the one switch and the second is connected to load, the switch, the current may not be jumped from this air gap. Hence, so we have to manually we have to push the button this side, then it will come to contact with the terminal 2. Then the current will pass through this metallic part. Then at this condition, switch is on position. When switch is moved another direction, automatically it will open. So as you observe, switching operation in our electrical engineering, you have to remember one thing, that the switching are making and breaking up the electrical connections to be take place very quickly. Otherwise, there is a possible to the arc may be occurred at the tip of the contacts where it is open and closed position. Because when not under normal condition, when for example when switch is in closed condition, what is the voltage between the 1 and 2 terminals? Normally 0 voltage. When the switch is open, what is the voltage? That voltage may be the rated voltage. Once, so when switch is from closed position to open position in a fraction of seconds, there is a possible to, when the gap is very less, there is a air is between the two contacts, that air is not cannot be oppose the flow of electrons. The electrons try to flow this small area. Due to this one, there may be arc occurred. That arc may be tension different methods in case of the circuit breakers. So what will happen when closed switch suddenly open? There is a choking. It occurred. There is a possible to voltage developed between the two terminals very very high. So due to the high voltage, whatever the air with the two terminals may be possible to ionize. The ionized part is nothing but flexible conductor through which electrons will try to flow. It maintains some arc or flash. That is normally in case of the low current rating, it can be operated, it can be started with arc. So in case, so that arc has to be nullified or quenched. Now, this is the basic operation of the switch. So, a one-way, that means one way, the single way. The one-way electrical switch is the most common one in use in domestic appliances. They are used to control lights, you know, whether it is the tube lights or incandescent lamps or fans, ceiling fan or table fan or other devices like refrigerators and induction heaters and mixie or different domestic appliances. It has a simple on and off making mechanism inside the switch. This is a single one way, so one way switch. Coming to the double way or two way switches. These switches control a device or equipment from more than one location. So that means in previous cases, only one load and one switch can be controlled. From here, by using the two-way switches, so single load controlled from the two different places. Nothing but already you learned in first year level state-case connection. In state-case connection, we are using the three terminals, two-way switches, two switches connected, and in middle there is a one load is connected. That is a two-way switch. That means one is the bottom of the stage, one switch, and upper the stage, another switch, two locations. We control only single load. That is the help of by using the two-way switches. Now we can see this one. The two-way switches. What is happening in two-way switches? It has three terminals. One, two, three terminals. Where here is connected to the supply, and this is connected to the one is connected to the another one circuit, and three is connected to another circuit. So normally what will happen? So two is middle input is connected here, and one is connected to the another circuit, and three is connected to the another circuit. Normally the switch is always connected to whether one or three, always connected. Now what is happening? If supply is given to them, whatever the input is given to the second terminal, that has to flow through switch one. Now, if switch is operated, automatically the switch has to turn from 1 to 3. Then automatically this terminal will open, the terminal will close, and the current has to flow from second terminal to third terminal. So the terminal which is connected to the load, that is given to the supply. Now these are the basic things already you learned in first year level. So one of the terminal can be connected to either of the remaining two. So either we will connect this one or this one. There is no possibility of middle. So both the terminals cannot be connected at the same time. We cannot connect at the same two terminals because we can connect only at one. And when you want to make a connection with one terminal, the connection with the other terminal has to broken. Automatically it has to broken. These are the switch generally you observe are already used. Now another the special type of the switch is the push switch or bell switch. So in front of our doors, bell switch. A bell push switch is connected to a bell. Here is a bell switch indicator. Symbol indicates the bell. Whereas this is a bell. So these loads bell equipments operated in such a way that it can operate only few seconds. That means the supply is given to the continuous to this type of the devices. These devices may be burned because this design itself, it can be there only few seconds or few 1-2 minutes only. If continuous supply is given to this one, with the heavy load, this may be possible to burn out. That's why so these switches are designed such a way that it is a push type. So what will happen? Under normal condition, it is open. That's an open circuit. So when the manual pressure is applied on the switch, this current is passing through this one. When we remove our finger or a hand, automatically the switch is open. So that is a main basic thing of the push switches. Now we can see that a bell push switch always maintains a broken circuit, always normally open circuit, unless the button is pressed. When the switch is pushed, it rings the bell. That means when the switch is pushed, the circuit is closed and it is energized and it will work. Whenever you remove your hand, then circuit is open, there is no supply to the load, automatically it will off. So such a special conditions we can use a bell type of the switch. Now, it can be used at homes, offices, at any other places wherever we require this type of the bells. And another special type of the switch is the micro switches. The micro switches are generally used in control systems, in control devices. So here, this is known as the bump switch also. It has the three terminals, one, two, three terminals, just like this one, the two-way switches. It's a NC means normally closed switch. NC is a normally opened. So what will happen? The common is connected to supply. Common is connected to the normally closed. It's always closed, normally closed one. So the load which is connected to the normally open is not energized and it may not be operated. So here is a switch is empty. Then by using the some manual operation, the switch will come normally closed to normal open. This is a normally open, this is a normally closed. So what will happen? So this type of the switch will automatically applying the some mechanical force, it will closes, which is on position. Then part of the input will go to this direction. It is open. If it is remove that one, it will automatically will go to that one. This is a push type of the switches. Now, this type of the switches used in electronic switches at the same time in electrical fields also you are observed in our domestic in pump sets. So this is the DOL starter, direct online starter, red button and green button. The red button used to is normally the opens up, normally it's a open switch. So under normal condition it's open. Whenever you are push the green button, the motor will operate, and whenever we require to stop the motor, then we push the red button. So inside there is a possible to some protective equipment also provided. This is the push type of the buttons. Now here you can use this type of the push type of the buttons for the different application purpose. There is in case of the lift and in case of the different areas we can use a different same operation is the same thing, but its position, requirement, application is different. Now coming to the overall idea of the switches. Now already you have seen in case of the SPST, single pole, single throw switch. That means the only single pole, whatever the current is done, single pole where the phase are neutral, generally is controlled with the phase. So single pole, single throw switch is generally only two terminals, two terminals, two terminals, two terminals. Right? These are the used. Whereas the single pole double throw switch, that means this is a single pole but double throw. So we can throw this side and this side. So that type of the switches having the three terminals. So you can see this one. And double pole single throw switch. That means so these two switches are linked with the link. That means it can operate at a time. So whether it's a phase, it's a neutral, it is insulating material, it is operated by you. So you can observe in our laboratory while you're doing the machines lab, the ICDP, iron plate, double pole switch, iron plate, triple pole switch. So using the lifting the lever, we can operate at a time. This is the single phase step. So whereas the double pole, double throw switch, what will happen? Here is the same switch connected. Now under normal conditions, what will happen? This and this is connected to this terminal and this terminal. And if you want to operate, then automatically it will come this direction. Then automatically it will connect it to the here. So this is the another switches, special purpose of switches. This is the double pole 1, 2, double throw. This one throw, this is another throw, double throw switches. And this is a DIP switches. This is in case of the IC, placing of the IC and different operation. So at a time you can operate the switches by using the DP switches. So these are the normal switches used in different applications in instrumentations, electronics field, computer field, and electrical field where the current is required less. Now coming to the another device, important device is the fuse. So already studied in first year level materials. In materials, what are the fuse material? The fuse materials generally use any conductive materials. The good fuse material is the silver, and sometimes we can use the aluminum. Sometimes we can use the copper, and for a perfect fuse wire, we can use the alloy of lead and lead and tin. The combination of 63 and 64 and 36 percentage of the alloy. So there is a low melting point. Alloy is used as a fuse wire. That is also dependent on the load current. Whether the load is more, the how many turns are operated. The area of the already we know the formula also I is equal to 3 into root of D. So there is a diameter of the wire depend upon the current rating. The current rating is more, diameter of the fuse wire should be more. Now, let us see the fuse wire already you all experienced in first year level where electrical workshops. So these fields are observed in your domestic also. And these are also fuses, special purpose fuses. This is a KitKat fuse. You can see that it is made out of the porcelain materials. This is a copper material where the fuse link is placed. This one is the base, this is the cap. Whereas this type of the fuse is also provided in electronic equipments, appliances. For example, this is one of the glass fuse. So it can be observed in case of in stabilizers, and so whereas HRG fuses, this is some electronic equipment link provided in between the two terminals. This is also one type of the switch. The fuse is an electrical safety device that operates to provide over current protection of an electric circuit. That means, so the fuse is nothing but is a low melting point under normal condition, under pre-specified condition. So whatever the current passing through this fuse link, so without it cannot be heated any conditions. When the current is passing through the more than the predefined value under faulty condition, automatically because this terminal is low melting point device that can melt and blow the circuit. That means switch off from this terminal to this terminal, it off the supply. That is the main devices. It's the olden days we are using this type of the switches. Nowadays we are using instead of these KitKat fuses, we are using the MCBs, MCB families. Let us see later. Now you can see the fuse. Now its essential component is a metal wire. So we are connecting the metal. You can see that this is a metal wire. You can observe inside the metal wire maybe 1 ampere, 2 amperes. It's a specified amperes current capacity placed inside the glass. So a metal wire or strip. Sometimes we can use a strip also. So that is a dependent on the current load current capacity. When too much current flows through it and thereby stopping or interrupting the current. So when it is designed for 1 ampere, it can easily allow the 1 ampere without heating. When the fault occurs this side, so the current may not be 1 ampere, the current may be increased to 10 amperes. Then automatically 10 ampere, whenever the 10 amperes flows, automatically it will heat it up and it will be as per RT by J. The heat will accumulate, then heat will develop, and the heat is melted this low melting fuse material, then automatically it flows. So melt it and it open the circuit. Then thereby, so whatever the fault occurred, that is not fed from the supply side. This is the main aim of the fuse wire. Now you can see the basic circuit here. So 480 volts, one circuit, basic circuit already you know. This is a load, this is a lamp or the other load. So these are fuses provided. What will happen? So under when the fuse blows, whenever any problem occurred here, the fuse will uh, bear, cannot bear the overload current. Then when the fuse blows, the full supply voltage will be dropped across the it and there will be no current in the circuit. Under normal condition, the switch is closed condition. Then what is the voltage across this one? Zero voltage. When any fault occurred here, the fault place point has to draw more current. That current has to flow through the fuse wire. The fuse wire may not be bear that much of the current. It will heat it and it will blow. Then when it is open, then the voltage across the open contacts is a nearly rated voltage 480 volts drop across these two terminals. If the gap is less, then automatically what will happen? The excessive voltage appear here, then excessive voltage try to flow through the air gaps, so through which air is ionized takes place, through which electrons try to flow, there is a possibility to arc occur. It may be sustained few seconds. Then at that condition, excessive voltage developed here, arc may be developed here. So the arc has to be quenched purpose. So how we are going to quench this arc is to learn in power system by lengthening, by cooling, we can nullify this arc. This is another one. If the voltage across the blown fuse is high enough, a spark may be jumped to the gap. Here the gap. What is the gap? So this is a conductor, this is a conductor in between the air through which electrons try to flow through the ionized part. So the air is ionized due to the excessive voltage between the two terminals. A spark may be jumped the gap, allowing some current in the circuit. So this would not be good. So it may not be advisable. We have to cut off this circuit. Now we can see the another family of the fuse. Here the fuse, another is a special type of the fuse, where what will happen in previous cases, whenever the switch is open, there is a possibility of arc occur. That arc maybe is a fire. In case of the special industries, where in chemical industries, in cotton industries, so there is not required, there is a restriction of the fire. So at that condition, we can use instead of gate cut fuse, an open wire or rewirable fuse, we can use a special type of the fuses that is as a high rupturing capacity fuse. High rupturing capacity fuse, what will happen? So it is placed inside the fuse element. So this is you can see the already drawn in case of the drawing HLC fuse. So this end caps. End caps are made up of the lead or copper. The fuse links. This is fuse links, and outer element. Here is outer element. The inside some border is filled. That's a chalk border or something. Border is refilled. Here is some bimetallic thermal controls provided, and this is known as a fuse element. So low melting fuse element. Under normal condition, whatever the current is entering, that is passed through this normal condition. When any fault occurred here, then what will happen? The current, excess current flowing through this element. The element try to heat up and it will melt. Once it melts, there is a open circuit takes place between the input and output. Then arc will appear. So whenever the arc occurred, then surrounding the chalk border, that may be the pink border, so what will nullify the extension of this arc. Then there is no arc comes out of this glass link or the metallic body. So this is another advantage of the HRC fuse. This is a ceramic body generally used. This is a special type of the HRC fuses used in where heavy load motors and in where we require will not do any fire accidents in industries. Now, further the fuses are further classified into the different factors. So, what are the fuses? So now let us see the fuses are mainly classified based on the current, whether it's a DC current, direct current fuses or AC current fuses. Nowadays, in all generally in special purposes, we are using the DC, whereas the nearly 75% of the appliances are run based on the AC. Now, DC fuses and AC fuses. And under AC fuses are further classified into high voltage fuses and low voltage fuses, are LT fuses and HT fuses. Now, coming to the here, the high voltage fuses further classified the expulsion type HRC fuse. Now, previously we have seen the HRC fuse, high rupture capacitive fuse, and liquid type HRC fuse, and another is the cartridge fuse. These are the high voltage fuses generally used here. Whereas on low voltage fuses, the LT fuses, we can use a cartridge type LV fuse and a dropout fuse and a switch type fuse and a spiker type fuse and a rewirable fuses are used in case of the low voltage fuses. Now, the rewirable fuse is not the KitKat fuse, already we have seen. Now, coming to the cartridge fuses, here is a link type fuse and a D type fuse. So, what is a link? The link is connected to the how your HRC fuses are fitted to the two contacts. The D type is the cap type, and this is the cap type. So, we can see later. Now, the D type fuses are one is a blade type fuse, another is a voltage type fuses. So, this cartridge type LV fuses are generally used in industries where the motors carries a large amount of the currents. These are the basic classification of fuses. Now, let us see the few fuses, how they are the identification of the fuses. You can see the electrical fuses, the low voltage fuses, and high voltage fuses. Here is a low voltage fuses are the semi-enclosed rewirable fuses. This is the, we can say the KitKat fuse. So, fuse holder. This is a semi-enclosed rewirable type fuses. And another is a semi-enclosed and it is open. Another is a totally enclosed type. And another is a open type fuses also we can observe in case of the DTRs, distribution transformers. There is no capping. So simply it is provided the open fuses. Open fuses, semi-enclosed fuses, totally enclosed fuses. Here, open fuses are generally used in distribution transformers, link mounted, or where there is a distribution box. You can observe the open type fuses. Here is a semi-enclosed or rewirable fuses and totally enclosed type fuses. The D type cartridge fuses and the link type cartridge fuses. So how we are going to connect the two terminals? It's a knife blade type. It's by inserting this switches is connected here. It's a bolted tab. Here is a one nut. Here is a bolt. It is provided the fixed conditions. These are the based on the applications. And coming to the high voltage fuses, where high voltage fuses, so it is nothing but you can observe in case of this type of the situation arising in the 33 kV substation or 130 kV substation, where the capacitor bank is used. So each capacitor bank cells are provided with this type of the fuse arrangements. So this is a special type of the arrangements. Now you can daily life you can observe that this is the it is made of the porcelain materials, KitKat fuse or the rewirable fuses. This is also rewirable fuses, but its body is made up of the ebonite materials, so plastic materials. And this is a glass tube inside. You can observe in the stabilizers, and these are the different type of the different application of the fuses. So these are glass tubes, there's different solar purpose, different. So these are the you can see some the bolt type. This is a knife type of the special cartridge. Now, this is a different type of another the family of the switches. So, the switches mainly. So, what we have seen, the switches are mainly used to control the devices, control the electrical devices, and the switches are classified based on its applications, based on its terminals, based on its operation, whether it's a single throw, double throw. So this is the different of the basic idea of switches. Now coming to the another family is the isolators and MCBs. So the MCBs and isolators also switching operators. So MCB miniature circuit breakers. So isolators these are generally used in our power system. So isolator is an offload device, and it is generally used in our power system. While on other hand, MCB is a miniature circuit breaker used in domestic and commercial applications. So we can observe the isolator. The isolator, in case of the in substation, we can use the two break switch and single break isolators. The isolator, what is the difference between the isolator and AB switch? AB switch can be operated at low voltage and full load conditions in case of the distribution transformers. Whereas the isolator can operate only under no load condition only, but it can operate at any high voltage. This can be operated after interrupting the circuit by using the circuit breaker. That is normally SF circuit breaker or wire circuit breakers, vacuum circuit breakers, different circuit breakers. By operating this one, there is no current through this one, then we can operate the isolators. Now, so whereas an MCB is a miniature circuit breaker generally used in our domestic appliances. So you can see the this is one isolator. This is a MCB. So MCBs can be operated. This is a 100 ampere isolator. It is generally used in domestic and industry also. This is the one type of the isolator. Here we can use in the power system. In power system, we can see that this double briquette. This is a mechanism. This is a lever. It can operate it, and it moves. Then it will come this direction. It moves this direction. That is a clockwise direction. It will break here. It will break here. So two brakes isolators. A single brake isolator also generally used. So this type of the arrangement may be 33 kV system. If the voltage increases, the arrangement of the insulation from ground to the light has to increase. So it when 33 kV, that is a 130 kV, either 220 kV or 400 kV, depending upon the voltage range. So different isolators are generally used. In case of the some industry, suppose in olden days, we can use the DP double pole switch, main switch in domestic. It indicates the whether is the current is available in house or not. We can see by seeing the red light in nearby energy meter. That is the one DP double pole switch where it can open, close the phase and neutral. So olden days we are using the third one. Nowadays we are using the this isolators, just like this MCB. It can operate up to 100 amperes. So these are the main isolators. Now, so we can see the later MCB also. Now, what is the isolator? Isolator is an offload device, and it generally used in power system. While on the other hand, MCB is a miniature circuit breaker used in domestic and commercial appliances. Already we have seen. Now coming to the another comparison between the MCB and isolator. What is that one? Isolators are manually operated. Yes, isolators are manually operated device which separate the circuit from the power main and discharges the trapped charges in the circuit. And on the contrary, the circuit breaker is automatically operated. That means here in our power system, isolators can be operated by using manually. So that means we have to operate in substation. We can operate by using the manually near in substation yard, or we can operate from the control room by using the remote also. But so it can operate at always no load condition. Whereas in circuit breaker, the MCB, so it can operate it manually or it can be operated automatically whenever the fault current occurs across through it. It is automatically operated or manually operated, but it always operated in manually only. So these are the some difference between the isolators and MCBs. Now, what are the different types of isolators? The isolators are classified based on its breaking. So already I said the single break system. Here the AB switch nothing but isolator. Single break. Here what will happen? So whatever this one, by moving so one is a fixed one and is a male and female contact. This is a female contact, it's a male contact. By rotating this one, it will open. Single break. This is a single break isolator and double break isolators where center is connected here. Here is the terminal brakes. Here is the terminal brakes. It will move this direction, automatically clockwise direction. It will break here. It will break here. So it is a double break Now coming to the another is a pentagraph isolators, where it is a shape itself pentagraph. Just like it's, you can observe, this is one pentagraph provided on the roof of the crane pentagraph. Similarly, the pentagraph, this type of the isolators is normally connected to the these buses in 400 kV systems. It's a very special purpose that I use. Now, another is the MCB isolators. Already we have seen MCB isolators also used in some industry and some commercial purpose. These are the different types of isolators. Four pole isolators, one, two, three, four. Four pole isolators and triple pole isolators, R phase, Y phase, B phase. Here is R phase, Y phase, B phase, and neutral. And DP, double pole isolator, phase and neutral. And it's the outdoor isolators. It's a 4P, 3P. So we can operate by rotating this one, we can operate this one. And it's 11 kV, 32 kV isolator for outdoor substation purpose. These are the isolators generally used in our electrical field. Now, coming to the MCBs. So, what will happen? The olden days we are using the MCBs. So, MCBs generally, you know that MCB is the latest equipments. Olden days we are using the so to load supply has to supply is given to the load through the fuse. So that is this is the fuse we are used, and nowadays we are using the this type of the arrangement in our domestic also, in commercial and industry also. So you might have observed this type of the arrangements. Now latest equipment. So come to what is the comparison? So this operation of the fuse is lagging time comparing to the MCB. So here the fault occurred that between time takes to heater, blow, and it will takes the time to interrupt the circuit. Whereas MCBs, so there is no time taken, will operate very quickly within 2-3 cycles. There's the 2 cycles or 1 cycle. And suppose what will happen? So after interrupting, after fault is clear, so we have to provide the another wire as a fuse. Here there is no need of any fuse wire, so we can by simply lifting the knob we can operate it. At the same time, so the quick operation and latest. It is a latest. It automatically it can protect our equipments from the fault, any leakage and fault currents. Let us see the MCBs in family. Now we can see that. So this is the MCB. You can observe in our domestic. If it is opened one side, so what is the inside the mechanism? So it does mainly consist of it is one is a electromagnetic plunger, bimetallic strip, and one shooter where the male moving contacts and fixed contacts placed in front of the shooters. Under normal conditions, suppose the one terminal, what will happen? Under normal conditions, the current is flowing through this one, through the bimetallic strip. So, if the current passing through this one under normal condition, there is no limited heat developed through the bimetallic strip. So, bimetallic strip may not be bent. When the fault current occurred, heavy load current flows, then automatically the current flowing through the bimetallic strip increases, the heating takes place, then what will happen? Automatically it will replace its position, bends its position, then automatically there is a knob or mechanical movement takes place, then automatically open the moving contact and fixed contact. You can see the in details later. Now we can start what is the basic principle of MCB. MCB is a miniature circuit breaker which is used to break a small current like in domestic low tension circuits. The rating usually up to the 100 amperes we can use. It is a small dip switch operated by an overload and used to protect an electric circuit from faulty section, especially in domestic as an alternative to the fuse. Olden days we are using the fuse, nowadays we are using the MCB. Whenever a continuous overcurrent flows through the MCB, the bimetallic strip is heated and deflects by bending from its position. Then two conductors open. As the mechanical latch is attached with the operating mechanism, it causes to open its contacts. There is a fixed contacts and moving contacts open, and MCB turned off, thereby stopping the flow of current in the circuit. So that will operate. So these are the very clear figure you can observe. The clipping lever, you can see the clipping lever, shooters, if the arc occurred, the arc occurred automatically that is ensured by using the lengthening by using the shooters, arc chambers, thermal protecting bimetallic strips. Here is you can see the bimetallic strip. So and this is the details incoming. Now, so MCB types. The MCB generally the type B, type C, and type D. So what is the difference? Here is the operating current capacity, tripping current. Here, type B MCBs are generally 3 to 5 times full load current. For example, one load normally takes 5 amperes. So tripping current is a 5 to 5, 25 amps it can trip. And operating time, how much time it takes to operate is a 0.04 to 0.13 seconds to open the operating system. And type C, the 5 to 10 times full load current. It is only 5 times, about 5 times to 10 times the full load current you can bear. Then the operating time is nearly less 0.04 to 5 seconds only. When there is a type D, so here the current rating is more than 10 to 20 times of the full load current. Now the operating time is very less 0.04 to 3 seconds. That is by increasing the type B, type C, type D, so it is a very accurate special purpose we are using it. So at the same time, cost also changes. Now the MCB types. So based on the similarly we have seen the switches only pole, only phase. This is a double pole, phase and neutral. The two switches are provided. This is a triple pole. This is a triple pole. This is a four pole. Now already we have seen. Now so here is a MCB. The modification, the special type of the MCBs are also play a vital role in our electrical field. Now this is the main MCB. Normally we are using the miniature circuit breaker. Here is a ELCB, earth leakage circuit breaker. If any leakage, earth leakage current takes place, automatically it detects. And is the molded case circuit breaker. This is it can more than low range of the current can be operated by using the MCB. For the more current purpose, we can use the MCB molded case circuit breaker. Heavy current purpose, we are using this one. And another is RCCB is a residual current circuit breaker, where any leakage current takes place, automatically it will protect from the electrical shock and fire accidents. The special purpose of these three are the special purposes used in as a MCB target. So this is up to the 100 amperes we can use. More than 100 amperes we can opt for the MCCB, and any leakage, earth leakage we can use this one, and for the leakage and fire accident we can use this residual current circuit breakers. Let us see one by one a small details. Now, so molded case circuit breakers. So what is a molded break? So that is this one. So MCCB is another type of the electrical protective device which is used when load current exceeds the limit of a miniature circuit breaker. MCB, the more than MCB. The MCCB provides a protection against the overloads, short circuit faults, and also used for the switch in the circuit. The operation is same, but the current rating is high. Now, another is the RCCB or RC device, residual current device or RCCB circuit breaker. So it is aimed to protect the people from the risk of electrical shock and fire accidents due to the faulty current. That's why it is used as the RCCB. And RCCB is an electric protective device that trips or disconnects when imbalance or a mismatch uh, uh, is detected. So it comprises a switch device which is used to turn off the circuit when there is a fault. It is a very useful when a sudden earth fault occurs in the circuit. It operates very quickly. So really it will take only 20 milliseconds with the fault current. RCCB is a current sensing equipment that used to control the low voltage and circuit from the farm. Now, another family is the earth leakage circuit breaker. An earth leakage circuit breaker is a safety device used in electrical installations with high earth impedance to prevent the shock. So it detects a small stray voltages on the metal enclosures of electrical equipment and interrupts the circuit if a dangerous voltage is detected. That means any leakage current to the non-current carrying metal parts, the body parts or yoke, then automatically it detects that one, it interrupts the circuit. These are mainly, otherwise what will there is a possible to electrical shock to the operator. These are the some special type of the circuit breakers. Now let us see the let us summarize what we have learned in this class. So we have discussed about switches. What is the switch? What is the meaning of the switch? How it will operate it? What are the different of the switches? And we have seen. Similarly, the fuse. What is the fuse? What is the fusing materials? And what are the purposes of fuse? What are the different of the fuses? And what are the applications of the fuses we have seen? Similarly, we have seen the isolators and its applications in various fields, MCBs, and how the MCBs are operated, and how the MCBs are um, further classified, its a family and its a special purposes, and what are the applications and what are the importance of MCBs comparing the in previous uh, pieces. Now, I think these are the some protective devices basics for the diploma. So, thank you very much to all for listening. Thank you.